Folks, today we're going to go over the benefits of having a garden. There's a lot of benefits to it. You'll be able to raise food for your family in the summer, be able to can it and put up food for in the winter. Your children learn a lot about how to grow things, how to produce food, what it takes, and how much work it is to do all this. And it's just a good experience for them as they grow up. And another thing, if something happens to the food supply or the food chain, you never know what could happen anymore. So one thing about it, if we get without power or we get without anything, we can get by all winter if we have to. So come along with us. We'll just kind of go along and jump around and show you a few things what we're doing today. The first thing we want to show you is a zucchini plant and how these worms get up in the stalk, and they'll kill your plants, but we'll show you how to take them out. Now, as you can see, the left side of the plant is wilted, but the right side's fine. So Jess is going to be cutting into this plant to find this worm. You can see where he entered the plant down there, right at ground level. But sometimes they get up on the limbs and then go in. But right here's in ground level, and she'll show you how to do this. When you see her poking around with that knife, you'll see that kind of stuff looks like sawdust coming out. That's where they chew their way in. And they'll go right up to the heart of the plant. And they keep going until they kill your plant. If you don't get it out, your plant's dead. You see how Jess is cutting lengthways of the vine. You don't cut crossways. If you cut the vine half off, it'll die. But if you just cut up long ways of the stem, and keep digging till you find.
He's right there.
As you can see, she found the worm that was destroying that plant.
There he is. See him?
What?
There he is. See?
No?
Look.
What?
See that white worm?
Grab him and rip him out, Mom.
And we found the best thing you can do when you take the worm out is spray Miracle-Gro right on the plant. And that really takes the stress off. And then give it extra water, make sure it's got plenty of water, and it'll heal over and come right back.
Okay.
Now, if you allow this plant to be 90% dead before you do anything, then it ain't gonna happen. But when they start wilting, right away, when you see them wilting, see there's one right there on the stem, then you wanna go ahead and get them cut out of there.
Kill it.
And that plant will revive. And now we're going to show you Ella and Owen down the old pea patch. And I don't know how many of them is going to make it to supper, but they're supposed to be picking all of them. See, this is one thing that's really good for kids. Look at Owen. He's pulling that baby out of there. That's that bok choy I was telling you about earlier. Until Jessica got into the farmer's market, I didn't know what a bok choy was or Chinese cabbage was. But we found out they're really good eating. A lot of vegetables that people have never heard of or never tried, you'll be amazed how good they are. And there's so many ways to cook stuff. I've had people say, I don't like green beans. But when my wife fries chicken and green beans and then puts them together and steams them in a pot, I ain't ever heard nobody ever tell me they don't like green beans. They love them that way. So there's all kind of ways to cook them and experiment with them and have a lot of fun with it.
Cut through it.
Cut through it. Easy on the leaves.
Why?
Because that's what you eat.
Why is that true? Eh. You want me to pull it, Mom? Pull it.
Yeah. Shake the dirt off. In the bunk. In the bunk.
You see how Owen's pulling them out? Now he's going to trim them. This is all good education for kids. Teach them how to do these things. He's only 6 years old, and boy, he's a
Oh,
go-getter.
he's off.
Sure.
pull on that
Hold
one.
it up. Not that high. I can't get it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Hold that way. Do you know what that is?
No.
Kohlrabi.
Colorado.
You see, with these kids out there, they're learning how to grow vegetables. It teaches them responsibility too. Like when you plant a seed, you're not done. You're just starting. Then they got to learn to keep it weeded. Then they got to learn how to take care of it and water it and how to pick it. And then they watch their mom and learn how to can it or freeze it. And it's just one great big experience for them. And they don't think that food just comes out of the store. And they get really high quality food, and it's nutritious food, helps them grow, teaches them, keeps them healthy. And what more could you want? That's what a garden does. Now you'll see Jess picking green beans. That's what I'm talking about, that green beans and fried chicken. There ain't nothing better on this earth than that. Them fresh green beans, they're out of this world. They're my favorite vegetable of all vegetables is green beans. Now, as you can see, she's canning them. She's putting them in a jar. She's gonna put them up for winter. We're not gonna cover it slowly and show you all the process, but just give you an idea of what we do with our food and how we prepare it for winter to keep it. And that's what she's doing today. She's working hard to get it all done. She put 7 quarts at a time in that canner. Now she's doing beets. She boils the beets, and then she take the skin off of them. And then she peels them, cut them up, and then she processes them back into the jars. And then these here are not pickled beets, these are just fresh beets. She's just gonna put them in a jar, and you keep them boiling until they're all tender, and then she seals them. Then you can have boiled beets in the wintertime. I think there's nothing prettier than canned beets. I always thought they got such a beautiful color to them, and they're so pretty when you put them in jars and put them back on the shelf ready for winter. Now you're going to look at our onion patch that we grown onion. This is all done in that high tunnel that you watched us plant last spring. I'm going to pull all the onions up, get them ready. We'll take all these onions, we'll take garlic, and later on this fall we'll take all of our squash, we'll take our potatoes, and they all go down in the root cellar where it's no heat, but they won't freeze all winter and they keep really well. You see Jess is pointing out on that cabbage. If you cut a head of cabbage, any kind of cabbage, and you leave it, it'll grow up to 4 small heads of cabbage, probably as big as a softball. So you'll get 4 more small cabbages off every plant if you just leave them in the ground.
They good?
Now my little buddy's hauling out greens for our big boar, Rusty. He loves them greens. That's another thing good about a garden in the summer if you have pigs. All that stuff goes out there, and when you can stuff, all the peelings goes out to the hogs, and none of it's wasted. Folks, as you can see, baby Babu, as I call her, she's been sitting down some, as you can see, and playing in the mud. And folks, this is what life's all about. You know, you take your grandkids out there and you're teaching them things, they're getting educated, but they have a lot of fun and they get in trouble. They tear up stuff. They do stuff, crazy stuff that you would normally kids do, and it just warms my heart to go out with them and just see that and see baby Babu playing in the water, sitting in the mud, and then we're going to have the two grandkids, Ella and Owen, having a water contest. Who can stand the cold water longer? That's coming up. And you know, what more could you want out of a life as an old poopa or old grandpa than spending time with your family, your children, your grandchildren?
Wait. No, you can't do it yet. You can't do it. The challenge is you have to stay in it the longest. Let's go. No, not here. No, you have to spray it. Okay? You can. That is the longest.
So thank you for coming along with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you just got some good out of this video, and maybe you can pass it on to your kids, see what other kids do, farm kids do, and see what how the rest of the world works. City kids might not have that chance. Thank you very much for watching this video, and may God bless all of you. Thank you. Folks, our next week's video is going to be very, very interesting for you to watch if you have animals. I'm going to show you how to worm all your animals, and we're going to go over it. It's cheap, it works, and they've been doing it for hundreds of years, and you're going to be shocked at how little bit it costs you to worm horses, goats, sheep, dogs, and we'll go over the whole thing in our next video. So thank you for watching this, and come along with us, and we'll show you next week.